Hey, everybody, welcome to the B-side. Today we have Suzi Moon on the show. Suzi, you and I have never met in person, but I feel like you are such a good buddy of mine because I don't know, there's some people that I just groove with. Our mutual good friend Ricky is one of those people. And so in my mind, I figure anybody that's a good pal of Ricky's is a good pal of mine. And so thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I feel the same way. And it's amazing. That's one of my favorite parts about being a musician is the new friends you make through music, all across the world. It's really incredible how you could, there are a ton of people that I haven't met yet, but, we talk really frequently. And I just think that's so awesome.
So I'm stoked about this. I'm so happy that I'm Not a Man is one of these three songs. That is one when I first heard, I first heard it like over a year ago, I guess now.
Yeah, you got the OG preview.
I got the OG preview. Yeah, it was great. And that's the one that just like absolutely kicked me in the ass from the get-go. And then I was really happy to hear the other two that are on it too is Nothing to Me, which was another favorite of mine from the OG. Right. And then Special Place in Hell, which you actually have a video out for. Yeah. That's really super cool. So let's talk about all that stuff. Who did the video for Special Place in Hell, and where did you do that? Because I hadn't heard that one before. Where did you do the recording, and who'd you work with on that one?
Yeah, so actually all three of the songs for the EP were recorded with Paul Rossler. He's got Kitten Robot Studios, and this is another Ricky Styx connection here. Paul Rossler is the only guy she'll record her drums with. He's got her totally dialed in. Yeah, his studio is super vibey too, and he's a great dude. He's got the ear, but also just, some people just have that energy where you feel really comfortable around them and like anything is possible. So I met Paul through Ricky, and these songs, I was going to give them all to Machina and do them with Machina. They weren't written specifically for Machina because I'm always writing, and kind of like the nature of what Ellie Machina was really Michelle Balderrama's brainchild. Like that was her idea, and I really felt quite intimidated coming into that group and bringing my songs because my style is very different from her style,
Well, sure. And you weren't doing your usual thing either, right? You went to play bass, and so you're like vulnerable on a couple of fronts there, but okay.
It was the good kind of vulnerable though, like every once in a while you need to challenge yourself and do something different. And right before Ellie Machina even started becoming a thing, I was pretty much over Turbulent Hearts. I felt like I'd kind of done and said everything I wanted to do and say with that project. And I was looking for a challenge in my life. So it was really, really cool when Ricky hit me up and said, dude, do you still have that bass? And I'm like, oh yeah. I do have a bass and I can fuck with the bass, So it was fun for me to pick up a new instrument, something I'd never played in a band before, and I really went into Ellie Machina like a child, just like, let me learn. I'm not the number one boss here. This is a collective, this is a group, and I want to learn from you guys and, try new things. And I got to do all of that, like total fucking blessing, super cool experience. But again, the types of songs that Michelle was writing, they're just very different from the style of songs that I wrote. So even though I had all these songs, they're like, oh, you want to bring some songs in? I'm like, shit, like, are these even songs that would fly with this band? But, I'd started working on drum beats and stuff with Ricky, and I liked what she was bringing to the songs. So even though they didn't end up being Ellie Machina songs, they still had that hint of Ricky Styx on them, Which, it worked out. And things are weird. Life is weird. You never know how things are going to fucking play out,
It is bizarre. I think I sent you this track of mine, the stars on my fingers, hearts on my hands, and
it's so cool.
It's so weird. Like I've been trying to find a trombone player, and I'm not kidding you. There was like 3 trombone players that I contacted are like, dude, I got COVID. I can't blow right now. Like
Oh,
my lungs
shit.
aren't working, and then another guy, dropped out for religious reasons. And then another trombone player I know, his girlfriend made him quit playing music. And
oh, shit.
and then just the other night, my wife and I were out on a date and we heard this band playing, and I'm like, wait, is that a trombone player? And I just walked by and I was like, dude, do you want to play trombone on a track? And he's like, yeah, I would love to hear it. And then he sent me the thing. He's like, this is so cool. And I can totally do this whole Miles Davis thing at the beginning. And then, I mean, I know Miles Davis wasn't a trombone player, but that kind of style, so it's just so funny how things work. Like you go through all these just like weird little connections here and there.
You can't force shit either, and maybe LA Machina was like too fucking cool for this world, like we don't get perfect. We don't fucking get that shit, It was a really fun experience, and we had something very special going on, but, outside sources and forces, led it to burn out really, really quickly. But the people I met in that short time frame, like you, Paul Rossler, Mass Giorgini, Ludo from Adrenaline Fix over in Europe, he's booking my European tour next summer, and then American booking agent and people who want to be a part of stuff, and they get excited when there's something new. And I think genuinely in the music industry, kind of like what propels us is it's not self-serving shit. We want to help our community, and that's like when it all grows together. So these people who were like ready to go and like be on board with LA Machina were like, oh, well, you got something else going on? Because like I want to do stuff. Like let's fucking do stuff, and I don't know how to quit. No, I'm like, I just I'm a go motherfucker. That is my default, and I'm always writing. I had the songs, they weren't finished yet. They had to be finished and tightened up and things added and some vocal stuff redone and guitar stuff. But, timing wise, Pirates Press was like, look, we really like you. You want to do an EP? And I was like, Ricky, is it cool if I do these songs that you play drums on? She was like, dude, fuck yeah, do it. So at least something good is coming out of this,
Of course, that's what she said, yeah.
Of course, because she's amazing.
Of course. She's
yeah.
Amazing, yeah.
And, it all just came together really organically. And I could have never imagined that, like today, with my solo EP and the songs and the videos and everything that's happening right now, I wouldn't have guessed that that's what I'd be doing today, this year. Everything was LA Machina. I was 100% all the way in, so it was just, fuck, okay, well, I guess the universe has different plans for me, and I'm going to listen and just do the next thing that's in front of me, and then the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing.
So where do you get that? Because I'm the same way, and I think I've told you guys this before. I'm old, man. I'm 50. Like I just turned 50 a couple months ago, but I don't feel that way.
Oh,
like
you're
I still
just
feel
a young
like
one.
I still feel like the best of my music hasn't happened yet, and I still feel like the best of my filmmaking hasn't happened yet. And so, like you know what I mean? Like I'm when you said you don't know how to quit, I feel the same way about myself. It's like, well, what else is there to do? Like,
oh yeah,
just gonna keep going, right? Where does that come from for you? What's that? What got you into this, and what drives that for you?
I'd have to give like all credit to my mom right there. As far as like, I get shit.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. She's the like fucking original badass in my life. Raised 3 kids, single mom, in college, 2 master's degrees, started her own business, somehow built the house that we lived in over the course of 15 years. We bought a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. And by the time she sold it when we were all grown up, it was a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-story house, like completely renovated. I watched this woman build the house on her own. Like,
wow.
we spent every weekend at Home Depot, you know? And she is really inspiring, because if she wanted to do something, she'd figure out how to do it on her own. And so much of life is fucking trial and error. You know, like, I've made a lot of my own music videos for Turbulent Hearts. And that's like a passion that I share with you, is filmmaking and music videos and, you know, that side of it. But it's like, you know, you have to like sometimes fucking fail and like make something stupid and then like just get it out, you know, and just like keep going. Like, you're never perfect, like the first run through. And it's the same with my music career too. You know, I've been playing since I was a teenager, and I learned so many lessons, and I'm so glad that like I'm right here today. And like, we didn't get bigger earlier, or, you know, what other kind of random weird shit that could happen to a band. We did really cool stuff, but like, I appreciate it so much more because I've really, really worked for it. And I know that in my core, like, people are responding because I put in the work, you know, and I just want to match that. So like, now I've got a label, and I told them, I'm like, I will work so fucking hard for you. You know, if you guys are going to do anything for me that I can't do myself, and I've been doing so much of it myself for so many years, like, that extra boost, you don't want to let people down, you know. Yeah. But it's gonna sink again, and then it's gonna rise again, and it's like, if you're a creative person, you're in it for life, and you have to fucking strap yourself in and just go along for the ride and take it all as it comes. And hopefully that experience does make you better, and then later you're writing more profound music or whatever it is, you know, because you've lived it, and you're creating the story. So I'm just fucking grateful, like, really grateful.
Speaking of people that want to back you, Pirate Press has got you plastered on their front page. They've got on the artist's page, they've got it all alphabetically, and there you are. And they're not kidding, man. I mean, you're in there with like Rancid, UK Subs, the Interrupters. Who else did I write down here? Louise Destrasse, Custom Fit. You know, just people that are just amazing. So you connected with Pirate Press. How did that come about, and what was the talk like? Because, like, give the kids coming up a little bit of the inside of how the deal finally comes together. I think that's something that's really elusive for everybody. Yeah. Like, you can be working for years and years and years, and you still don't know what the fuck to do.
No, it's true. I would hope that after a few years you'd start to pick up some knowledge on that. But it can be, I mean, I'm spoiled because I grew up in Los Angeles and started playing at a really early age. And so there kind of just never was this filter. You know, it was like, oh, I'm here at this show. That person's the big rock star, but I don't really see a difference between us. I'm going to go over and talk to them, you know? Right. And they were available to talk to. I could actually access people. You know, back when I was 13, I used to email Kevin Lyman from Warped Tour. I found his email address. Then I'd email him like every 6 months and be like, hi, Kevin. My name is Suzi. I really want to play on Warped Tour. I hope that someday you will like my band, blah, blah, blah. And he would fucking write back to me and be like, don't ever stop, you know, keep doing your thing. And then when I was
love the
17,
voice.
Oh, yeah. That's little Suzi right there.
I know.
Hi, Kevin. Yeah. Well, I mean, people like Kevin Lyman they're a god, you know, to like young bands. And I've admired him since I was a kid, you know. And then finally, when I was 16 or 17, first Warped Tour, you know, you see him walking, you're backstage, you got your backstage pass, and it's like, I don't want to disturb him now, you know, because it's like, he's fucking busy, obviously, you know?
Right.
But I don't know. I think if you're young enough, you can kind of get away with reaching out to people, you know, kind of just with no solicitation, just like, yo, it's me, and hello, pay attention to me. And I did a lot of that when I was a kid. Same with Hellcat Records. Savette was on Hellcat, And I had tracked down the head honcho, who was like Tim Armstrong's right-hand man. I tracked down his email address some way. I've always been very internet savvy. Little secret.
You're the hacker who took down the pipeline the other day, aren't you?
Shh. I don't know what you're talking about. But I would just email these guys. Yeah, so I think it's hard. It's definitely going to be harder for a kid in Omaha, Nebraska, where their favorite punk band only comes around once every 2 years or something. And those guys are swarmed and, you know, maybe they're tired because they've been on the road for 3 weeks and they're not really going to talk to you. Like, I can't imagine how hard it must be to be in a place where you don't have access to these people as much, you know? And I just was really lucky that I got into the music scene at a young age and had like no fucking filter and would go and talk to people, you know? As far as Pirates Press Records.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, as far as Pirates Press Records goes, that is another, you know, who you know kind of deal. And then a few years ago, when they turned into a record label as well, Pirates Press Records, a girlfriend of mine who's a mentor, really, she introduced me to one of the women at the label. And we met at a Bronx show in Long Beach, you know, and I knew who she was. But I'm not about to fucking say, hey, like, sign my band or anything like that. Because I do also believe that, like, the hard work speaks for itself as well. And you have to do the work. And then if there's a reputation that's built, whether it's, you know, from people watching your live show or your music getting out places, like, you have to do the work. Find the record label email addresses. Find the radio station people. So much of the exposure that I've had over the years is because I fucking knock on people's door, you know, or I send them shit. Or if it's a connection, I go, yo, can you introduce me to this person? Because it's worth a shot. The worst people can say is no, really, you know? So it's like, and you have to get used to rejection in the music industry.
You have to get used to no.
Yeah, not everybody's gonna fucking like you, and that's not a huge deal either, you know, like, but there will be people that do. You just have to find your tribe. We just followed each other on Instagram. You know, I didn't see her again for ages and ages. We just liked each other's shit. I kept doing Turbulent Hearts. Then I did Ellie Machina. Then, you know, she just dropped me a message one day. It was like, hey, I like what you're doing. And I was like, hey, I just like you. You know, want to be best friends? You know, and you know, just shit just kind of happened really organically. You know, I didn't push for it. And it's such a fine line between bugging people and like politely asking for like feedback. You know, and I still do this, I'll be like, I just want some feedback. You know, I'd really appreciate to hear what you think of this song.
Tell me what you have envisioned for the video for I'm Not a Man, and tell me what I'm Not a Man is about, because my 7-year-old walks around the house singing that song all the time.
Oh my god, that's so
my little redheaded 7-year-old, she loves it.
Oh my gosh,
except she censors herself on the damn.
Yeah, and I don't give a
that's what she does.
That's so cute. Oh my god, that's the best thing though. You know, and I really do try to keep the F-bombs and the super dirty stuff out of my music, because I mean, unless it's absolutely fucking necessary, you know, I can say it without. And I don't know, you know, if you think about songwriters like Tom Petty, like, had this ability to write for everyone, you know. You can listen to one of his songs and be like, wow, like, that's about my life, or that's me, you know. And I take a lot of inspiration from him lyrically, as far as, and Joey Ramone, because you got to keep it simple, you know. But I just want to say things in a very easy to understand sort of way, so they can reach the most people. So if your 7-year-old is out there and she's vibing with it, then like, my fucking work is done. So I decided with the music video, considering that we're still coming out of like lockdown mode and everything like that. The song is an empowerment song, and it has a lot to do with double standards that women face. You know how it kind of plays with the double standard thing right there. And, you know, it's not super fucking deep. It's not meant to be super fucking deep. A lot of times I feel like the politics around feminism are so goddamn heavy that like it takes the fun out of being a woman sometimes. And I'm sassy and I'm tongue in cheek, and you know, really it's all right there for you. There's no deep, dark message. It's not anti anyone. It is pro us as women, you know, but it's really just a fucking chant, you know, and just it rhymed. It sounded really good when I rhymed it. So I wrote a song. I just think just listen to it and have fun, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, if somebody can't have fun with that song, with Ricky's drums and your guitar and the way that you're shouting that song out, if someone doesn't have fun on it, they're probably dead. So it doesn't matter. Fantastic song.
And a nice little tidbit about that song is we went back to add some more stuff to it because we wanted to like Stooges-fy it, you know, make it like a little bit more. Yeah,
piano,
so,
right?
It's
Piano
got that
and another guitar line.
The one note, because I'm a huge Iggy fan, you know, and maybe that's where some of this kind of feminist stuff comes through too. Is that like so many of my idols, they're men, you know, and there are a ton of women in music, but like I really like what a lot of these dudes have done too, and it's like this whole fucking thing is stupid. Everybody's awesome. Just do your damn thing, and like. So I'm gonna put "Be Your Dog" fucking piano. That's like my favorite shit about that song. It's like ding, 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 ding. It's so fucking fun. And so my boyfriend Drew, he plays lead guitar for the Suzi Moon project, and so that's him ripping all those solos on the EP. And
nice.
He actually
good job.
He knows he fucking killed it. He's my secret weapon. So and I play guitar, but I have my own style, you know. I'm more of like from the Joe Strummer school of guitar.
Yeah.
I need to know what chords I hear in my head just to make the song, you know, and then I can hum and hear what I want a solo to be, but I have no interest in being on stage ripping solos. I want to be fucking strumming and singing. But it's so nice to have somebody who's so fucking good at it, you know, on my team. And like, I can just trust him to like carry the song in that way while I'm busy doing my fucking thing over here, you know? But he plays piano like way better than I do. I don't play at all. And he actually knows things. And so when we were in the studio, he was playing the key and we were like, man, it sounds too good. That one note sounds too good. And I'm like, oh, I'll do it. And I get over there with my one little finger and I'm like, okay. Bing, 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 bing. And it's like not totally perfect, you know, but that's what we needed was just something just kind of fucking like wild and crazy and just slightly off. So the pandemic has been fucking hard on everybody, you know. One thing that has helped me, like, probably the most actually is exercise, like getting outside and running or taking a class or just doing workout videos at home and yoga and stuff. Like it saved my fucking ass like so hard. So I thought it would be fun with the I'm Not a Man video, since it's an empowerment song, just owning, you know, who the fuck you are. And you know, I wanted to do a punk rock workout video. I thought that would be really cute. And
that's so badass. I loved it when you told me that the other day. It's so good. It looks so cool.
Yeah. The colors are gorgeous. I found a really dope location that's all pink and black. It's a gym, a private gym. And so I got it through Peerspace, you know, so it was just me and one other person, like super small crew. And we got the location to ourselves for like 4 hours. And I had choreography planned. I had everything planned out and 2 crazy outfits, like talking like neon green, like zebra print, and like spiked necklace and sparkly boots. I'm totally working out in like sparkly boots, and then the pink and the black backdrop and stuff. And I'm just doing all these things, and it's really about just making yourself feel good. Like when I work out, I feel better, and I usually don't want to start working out, but afterwards, I'm like, fuck, I feel so much better now. It's a little bit of an homage to the classic Jane Fonda videos, but there's a bit of the Billy Idol feeling to it, you know, because it's punk rock and it's bright and it's colorful, and you know, that's just something. It's about like who I am as an artist. I have all these fucking visions in my head, right? And they're not just all dark black leather jacket. Like I see in color, and it's fucking bright, and I just want to do things that are fun and different, and you know, maybe it's a little cheesy, but maybe it'll make someone fucking smile. And I had a blast shooting it, you know.
I think one song that I'm really looking forward to hear from you, and you may not even be aware of this, but you have an amazing unboxing video, and you have a Dancing with the Knife, Oh Yeah song.
Oh yeah, Dancing with the Knife, oh yeah. That one.
That was my favorite part of the video. Well, besides seeing the actual Blue album, which I immediately went and bought. I just ordered it just before we started talking. I was like, oh my God, look at that Blue record. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
That means a lot. But thank you.
I must have rewound the bit of video to hear the Dancing with the Knife, Oh Yeah song like 10 times. I was just cracking up.
That's me at home every day. I make little songs about every fucking thing. You know, I sing to my cat all day long. I'll be making a peanut butter and banana sandwich and, you know, singing about that, whatever. I'm just constantly making up little songs. So I'm glad you enjoyed that part. Well, I just broke the knife. Ooh. Dun, 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 dancing with the knife, oh yeah.
You are hopefully playing at a festival called Festival Punksylvania. Did I say that right? Yeah.
Camp Punksylvania.
Camp Punksylvania.
Camp.
So tell me what this is. Is this a new one, or is it one that I haven't been to? And just
this is absolutely brand new, first year in existence. They were supposed to do it last year, but everything got, you know. And actually the girls who are running the festival, Laura and Terry, they run a production company called Riot Squad Media. And they're just two badass, hard-working women who are also moms. So shout out to them.
Mom.
And they wanted to do it last year, but then COVID hit. And I did an interview with them because they also have a podcast. And they said, well, shit, you know, we would have gone through with it last year, but having that extra year to plan and to like make things perfect was probably the best thing. But it's a 4-day outdoor camping festival. So camping and punk rockers and music. Like, this is my dream. I love camping. So they found a really beautiful location in Artemis, Pennsylvania. One of the headliners is the Queers, and then we're playing. And Antagonizers ATL, they're also on Pirates Press Records. They're playing.
Yeah.
And Tiger Sect from Detroit are playing.
So I'm gonna share my screen with you and everybody else to show off your album here.
That's my album. Look, it's me.
I think it's just such a cool thing. This is the one I got. I got the blue one because that's just bitchin'.
Good job. That's the limited edition.
Yeah, it was 200, right?
200 made, and we are selling out quickly, baby.
So dig the photograph. Tell us who took the photograph for you and your concept for the because there's I don't think they have the back picture on this one.
They probably don't. Yeah.
But then you have a whole inside sleeve too that's got just a ton of pictures on it too, right?
A ton more pictures, yeah. So I was really inspired by, I had this vision of being like the love child of Stiv Bators and Betty Page. Do you know Stiv Bators from the Dead Boys?
Yeah.
And I think I nailed it.
I think you nailed it. Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
That's great.
I really love fashion photography and art photography and creating a little universe for my different photo shoots and capturing a moment in time, really. So the photographer is my girlfriend, Alex Picha, out of LA. She is a photographer and a hairstylist, and I feel so incredibly comfortable with her, and we vibe, you know? I would send her something and she'd be like, dude, but like, no, we got to do the red fucking rope, you know, because I was going to bring a white rope. And she's like, no, red rope. And like every little detail, like both of us are like checking each other to make sure like the details are fucking perfect, you know?
Yes. Yes, man, collaborator does you no good.
Oh, yeah. Well, I also really think that working with somebody that you've worked with before, especially with photography, I found that when I shoot with people that I've never shot photos with before, even if they're like a really great photographer, they don't know my best angles and I don't know how they shoot, you know? So it's like, you might go into this thinking like, this is gonna be amazing because they're great and I'm great, blah, 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 you know, and then end up with like dick because you just don't know each other. And like with Alex, I've shot with her a bunch for fun, for random shit. She's done my hair. We've done little random photo shoots. And she shot the first LA Machina promo pictures, actually. The ones where we're covered in paint and stuff. Those are Alex's pictures as well. So, you know, we just know each other. And she knows how and what makes me look good, you know? So I trust her completely to get good angles of me and stuff. But I'm totally fucking neurotic. Oh, well, I was gonna say I put a full-length mirror behind her so I can check to make sure that I'm doing what I see in my head, you know? Because it's really, if it could be the fucking wrong, you got your shoulder up too high, you lose a little bit of your neck, or like your thighs off or something. And it might look like I love doing photo shoots, but that is like my least favorite fucking thing to do. It's so much work and there's so much pressure to get a really good album cover photo, you know? Something that to me, like, this is important. This is my legacy. This is like what my grandchildren are going to look at. They're like, look how cool Granny was, you know? And it's like, you want it to be strong. You want it to be confident. And you also don't want any funky little moves, you know? So like I take every single precaution and like just want things to be perfect. And then I want to get it fucking over with. And I want to have a burrito and chill the fuck out and take all my makeup off. Like that's how it goes down. I'd really rather be on stage with my guitar at any time. Getting sweaty, being imperfect, you know? Like a photo lives forever. So it's really important that, you know, I'm happy with it. And we nailed it. Like, I'm so happy with it. And inside the record, there's actually my favorite picture that I initially wanted to be the cover shot, but then this other one was just stronger. It's one where I'm like licking the floor. I'm like licking the floor. And I just thought that was like, to me, that's what I was trying to say with the whole thing. You know, was like this punk rock, sexy, lick the floor, fuck you kind of vibe. But then we got that other picture that was just so much stronger for an album cover, but we incorporated the other picture in there. So there's a lot of cool shit to see. And we're already working on the concept for the follow-up, which I'm probably going to shoot in August and no one will see until spring. You know, so it's like it takes that long to get album artwork in and everything finalized and everything done, you know? So it's like I shot the Call the Shots album cover last October or last November. So that was fucking ages ago to me, you know? So that's why it's important to get some time.
I love her work. I love how she is able to capture the sexiness of the photo, but not make it demure at the same time, or like, it's still very strong, right? It's a very fine line to walk between vulnerable and prey and sexy and strong.
It's okay, you can say it. I know it's not skanky. I'm totally cool with it.
No, it's not skanky. It's not at all. It's like it's a fantastic picture, and I think that's the hard thing to that she nails very well. Even with the LA Machina stuff that you guys did too with her is great. Strong women can look sexy too at the same time.
Oh yeah, and there's think of like the Grace Joneses of the world, and anybody else who fucking pushed the boundaries. If you have enough confidence and you're just fucking wearing it because it makes you feel good, then who the fuck is going to tell you otherwise? It doesn't even matter. I really do feel like my best when I put on fishnets, big boots, a cool fucking like bodysuit or something, and I'm like prancing around doing my thing. Like that's when I feel my absolute most like myself. Okay.
Suzi, thank you so much for talking to me today. What a treat to get to like just hang out and talk one-on-one with you. And I wish you nothing but the very best of success with all this music. Be sure to let us know as soon as the I'm Not a Man video is done, because we want to blast it.
I will, yeah. And you'll have to show it for your little girl.
I will. She'll dig it. All right, thank you.